Hello everybody and welcome. Today is a very exciting video. It is the ES-30. This plane I didn't know much about. It's by Heart Aerospace, and I really didn't know much about this plane. When I first loaded the plane in and I saw the propellers or the props, and there's two different sizes, and I was like, what in God's green earth is this? Well, one engine, the right engine, I believe this is engine 1 and engine 4 on the same side, on the other side, are your jet engines, your actually combustion engines. And then the innermost props 2 and 3 are electric. This is a hybrid plane. This is really cool to have in the sim, and it brings a whole new level of learning on the new technology that's coming out in aerospace. So you have a fully hybrid system here, and you need to, I mean, it's really cool. I love it. It's really interesting. So let's go ahead and go around the plane and pull off all of our covers. So we have these static port covers we need to take off. Pitot covers. Check tires, we're good to go on those. We also have a cover here for the engine, and then we walk around here trying to take off the, so I don't know why I have to do a full walk around of the entire plane, which, by the way, there's a door back here we can open. Really cool. So baggage. So this plane seats 30 people. From the research I've done on this plane, seats 30. From what I could tell, this plane is not actually in service yet. So there's an ATR right in front of us, with no props moving, no wheels moving. Good job. But yeah, I don't believe this plane is actually in service yet. They're still doing. They just recently, I believe, did a proof of concept, which is really cool. All right, can we get rid of the chocks? There we go. And this door over here you can also open. Really cool. Yeah, this plane is really awesome. I know there's some companies even working on doing full electric planes. I don't think that's gonna work very well. But let's go ahead and hop inside. Now we are inside, and this plane is absolutely wonderful. So before we do anything, we're going to do a little bit of a walk around. So hold on, let me get my keyboard set up. There we go. Let's see, can we open this door? We sure, oh nope, we can't. Once we leave that, it wants to go outside. All right, I guess we won't be doing that. Let's go and reset the picture, or the cockpit setting. But this plane, it's pretty simple to start. I actually was kind of impressed with how simplistic it is. It didn't take me long to get this thing off the ground and ready to go. Or yeah, ready to go and off the ground. Kind of did that backwards. Let's see, we did the pitot covers, chocks, nose, engine intake, ailerons. Yes, everything here is done. Preliminary. So both power, or both batteries, except for low voltage, which will then point us to these. Emergency lights armed. I gotta learn where all the locations are. Strobes, I know they're up here. Heating, probe heating. We need to set those on. So I know it doesn't really show anything you're doing, but I usually will just immediately just turn them on, even though it really doesn't show that they're on. Window heating, that's all right here. Anti-ice. Hydraulic pumps, all back here. Fuel pumps. And battery. So it tells you, it points you right here. I don't know why, but I really don't do much with it then. It's like, all right, you're putting me here. I think you're trying to tell me what the battery levels, but there's nothing loading on this left side. I don't know why there's nothing loading here. I have been trying to figure that out for the longest time, and I think the plane needs an update. I honestly think it needs an update, and it will fix some things with the displaying, because I sure can't figure it out. Unless someone in the chat can tell me in the comment section below. Let me know if you figured out how to do that. So that, and then that pre-flight. Landing gear lever is good. Power lever is good. Turbo conditioning is set to shut off. Hydraulic pumps are both set to on, which they were already. Parking brake set good. And then yaw damper is on, which the yaw damper is right there. And now we go right into starting the engine. Strobe lights are already on. Beacon light. Beacon light's right there. And then we were going ahead and slap on the nav, which it's going to ask to do that anyways. Right there. And then high voltage batteries. All these get flipped. And then now you go down to your electrical. This will turn on those electric engines. Let's go ahead and flip on engine 2. And then engine 3. So basically, yes, these are they're electric engines. So in theory, what they're starting off of is ground power. There's nothing attached to the plane that you can see in the sim, but it's essentially you are connected to a battery source, a ground power source that will start those engines. So yeah, right here it even says it. On and on and guarded. So I think there's maybe an internal battery. So I'm wondering if something inside, or it's charged over time. So when the GPU is connected, it's charging the battery in those props, and when you turn them on, it's almost immediate power. And so you don't turn on the combustion, because it says right here, there's nothing about turning the combustion engines on just yet. That's actually before, I think it was before tax, you know? Takeoff. Yeah, it's before takeoff that you would turn on your combustion engine. It's kind of different, but I mean, I'm going to go with it. So the GPU is basically when you connect to the ground power, it's charging the batteries. But interesting. So we already have those on. Air conditioning. All right, those are good. Flaps, we're gonna go ahead and put single flap. Taxi lights. There's taxi and takeoff lights right, oops, not that one. There. And then parking brakes we can disengage. And parking brake is disengaged, and we can give it throttle. You can hear the battery humming, giving it power. So essentially what it's doing, you're saving on fuel by not turning on the combustion engines when taxiing. It's a cool little concept, and I don't know what that plane's doing on the right hand side, but it is definitely not supposed to be doing that. You see some crazy things in the sim sometimes. It needs patched, but it's fun to fly, especially when you catch funny things like that. But yeah, the sim's not in a broken state for me. It's actually pretty good. I know we just did a live stream. Well, just recently on a career mode. So if you guys want to check out that, I'm starting a kind of a series with YouTube on going through my career mode, going through the career, and working my way up in the licenses. During that live stream, my helicopter experience was all not that pleasant. It was actually kind of comical, and I will make fun of myself on how bad that was. But if you haven't already liked the channel or liked the video, actually, if you haven't already liked the video, hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button. Really helps out the channel. We are growing rapidly. I think in the past week and a half to 2 weeks, I've gained over 1,000 new subscribers. This is an awesome achievement, and thank you all for stopping by, checking out the channel. I know that Flight Simulator 2024 has gotten a bad rap lately, but it is getting better already. Microsoft has already announced that 99.99% of the issues that plagued launch has been fixed. Now, there are still some issues with like console end. Console users are having issues, especially in the Xbox S series or the Series S. And they're having issues loading in and all kinds of different things. And I mean, in all honesty, an Xbox Series S and Flight Sim, I don't think those two really equate. This is supposed to be a very powerful flight sim. And I mean, I'm already looking at upgrading my computer to like the latest and greatest in CPUs, RAM, more RAM, actually more updated RAM, and a new video card. I'm already looking into it, like a 4090 with a 9950X 16 core. I'm going all out for my next computer. I mean, I did with this computer. This current computer I have, I went all out in its day. It's 6 years old, the computer, and it's still humming and it still does great. I mean, I'm getting right now about 100 frames with this sim. And yeah, I mean, this thing is a beast. I spent like $5,000 on this computer. This thing was a monster in its day. It's not anymore. It can be easily outperformed now, but this thing is an amazing computer. But we're taxiing. This is a long taxiway. But I mean, this plane is pretty cool. I never thought we would have I didn't think we would get a hybrid plane. I know that there were still theoretical and still the proof of concept just recently was released. But I mean, this is pretty freaking cool. But like all the planes in the sim so far, they all need updates. C-17 needs updates. A400M needs an update. Probably a few of the helicopters need updates. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a ton of updates coming in the near future. But all right, we're at the end of the taxiway. So we're going to already pull back on the power so we can start the main engines. Or not the main, but the combustion engines. All right, we're at the taxi entry. Parking brakes on. So to turn on the engines, the other engines 1 and 4, you come down here. There's A and B. Keep it on start A and B. Hold that down. Release. And there she goes. She's starting up. And when you start her up, fuel pumps are already turned on. Yep, did that earlier. Conditioning levers both off. Start mode A and B, like I said, on. Engine 4 conditioning set to auto. There you go. And then also come down here. We're already gonna put the conditioning here because we already did engine 1. There goes engine 4. We have to restart that engine. We didn't have the conditioning lever set. There is, engine is up, running. Now we gotta do engine 1 again. Kind of did things out of order. Here we are. Engines are going. So auto brake low, auto brake medium, auto brake max. So you have different grades of auto brake. Cockpit door, you can lock it. Main instrument panel, pedestal lights, overhead lights, parking brake. We're gonna go ahead and shut those off. And we're gonna go ahead and taxi the rest of the way. Let's see, what's this engine starter mode? To off. Yeah, it's a pretty cool plane. I had a couple of requests for it, so I decided to do the plane. If you have any specific planes you want me to look at and do videos on, I will do that to my best ability. All right, let's go ahead and take off. Full power. There's a plane coming head on into me. Oh no. This thing actually needs quite a bit of runway, it feels like, too. Yeah, it needs a lot of runway. Gear up. And we are up in the air, and well, we're in the Bahamas. So I was curious, and I came out here because I saw that I was wondering if the flaps back, if the water would actually look like really clear blue, and it really does. The look of the satellite imaging they have is really cool. It's gorgeous. Doesn't even look, it looks authentic and real. This plane would be very ideal for your island hoppers. And then at this point, you would go through your checklist. Parking brake. Power levels to max. V1 announcement, VR. Yeah, all those are done. And then flaps to 0. Taxi and takeoff lights are off, which is over here. Landing lights off. Which they were already off. Hydraulic pumps are off. And then the cruising altitude, electrical load monitor, fuel quantity, yeah, all that stuff. And then that's where we go and do our cruising. Really, really cool plane. I think people are going to have fun with this plane. So that is actually the first look at this plane, figuring out how it operates, and learning actually what this plane is. Beautiful scenery behind us though. Hope you guys liked the video. Okay guys, like I said earlier, go ahead and like and subscribe. Really helps me out in the channel and the community. If you haven't already joined this Discord channel, go ahead and join as well. We like to have a little conversation there every so often. It is a good time. Later.